What is up, mini camp leaders? I'm showing you something really quick so you can see. I'm going to be working at a Dan's office for this video because let's take a little fun trip into my basketball hoop. We got all the stuff going on here. So we got all the waters for you. Supplies for small group stuff is going to go in here. We've got more games and whatnot over here. So there's my desk. It's just a disaster with all the stuff. Camp t-shirts. So you're going to get those shirts, and then our kids get, well, they're down there. Our kids get green shirts. So anyway, look at this. We've building out potential small groups there. So registration closes tonight. So it's 7:21 on Tuesday. Registration is going to close tonight. So I am building out groups knowing things could change. So I'm not going to tell you your groups, but here's the deal. We are currently at a number of kids and ratio that allows us to put 2 to 3 leaders per group, no group having more than 10 kids. And then, so some groups will have like 7 or 8 kids, and you'll get 2 leaders, and some groups will have up to 10, and you'll have 3 leaders. And when I say leaders, I mean 2 adults plus a teen in almost every single group, which is pretty awesome. So I just want to give you the 5 to 7 minute run through because I want to be honest with you. We ran kids camp last weekend and it went really, really well. But I'm gonna say kinks as I watched it. I watched everything from kids camp really through the perspective of A, is this working for kids camp? And also, what will we have to change with younger kids? So like Carolyn Snavely is gonna volunteer at minicamp. She had her 5th grade daughter going to kids camp, but she also has a 1st grade son at minicamp, and they are not going to be capable of doing all of the same things when it comes to like what you can do in a small group. So I said, hey, how do we make sure that this works for a 5th grader at kids camp, but then also works for a 1st grader at minicamp? So I want to show you this. All the kids at kids camp got individual booklets. So a number of our volunteers were at both, or parents are going to be asking because they have kids that are going to both. Kids got a little booklet about this big. And throughout the weekend, they would flip through the book and write stuff down as the video prompted. You, as a leader, are getting one mega version of that book. Okay, so again, like I said, this is much bigger than the other one. And then I just printed out the entire thing. Sorry, I thought I was going to flip better than that. And what I'm actually am in the process of doing is going through and taking out anything that doesn't work with the younger age of kids. And so, for example, in the video, our host of the video, Rob, is going to say something to the effect of, hey, when you see this number pop up on the screen, and then down here in the corner, it's going to go boop, and it's going to say page number 7. He's going to say, hey, turn to page number 7 and write this down. I'm going to tell the kids, we're not doing that. Ignore that. Now, you are going to have access to those pages. Not all of them though. I threw some away. The ones that we're not going to use, I just took out of your book. But every session gives you a big idea, and I just want you to know when you get your book, I've already filled in the big ideas for you. I went through and did that. There's going to be some Bible verses. There's going to be some activities and some games, and I also this is for the leaders who were already at one of the camps. I've gone through the app. I'm going through. I went through it this morning at about 5:30. I took, hey, what works, what doesn't, and I'm combining it all into this binder. So when you come in, you're going to get a binder. So let me tell you this. You're going to have in your binder a schedule because the schedule is a little bit wonky because we are trying to shove 3 sessions that we had an extra 3 hours of kids camp. We're still trying to do the large group and small groups while cutting out one of the large group games. So instead of every session being give or take 1 hour, every session is going to be give or take 30 to 45 minutes. And so we're going to do large group for 45 minutes, and then we're going to do small groups for half an hour. Then we're going to go outside and play on inflatables for about 45 minutes. And then we're going to have lunch. And then we're going to go back into large group for about 45 minutes. And we'll go in back to our small groups for 30 minutes. We'll have another large group game outside. And then we'll come back in. Well, at that point, that was the end of kids camp because everything took longer. Now we've got to cram in a third large group session and then a quick, hey, let's talk about this small group at the end. So you're going to have a tentative schedule, and no, everything is flexible by 5 to 10 minutes. I've planned we're telling kids register or check in between 8:30 and 9, but kids camp we didn't start till 9:30. It just took that long to get kids in to get them supposed to go. So I'm preparing for that this time. Here's what I'd love for you. If you could be there on Saturday between 8 to 8:15. That way when kids start showing up at 8:30, their leaders are there, they're good to go. I have more leaders this weekend who are not in a group. I intentionally, I said, "Hey, I'm not going to put you in a group because what I want for you is to help with getting the snacks and food ready and giving the helping reset between sessions because the large group chairs get all messed up and running the games outside and resetting at 4 o'clock when we have church the next day. Dude, let's get this building flipped over and turned around, and let's do it in an hour this time because now we know what we're doing. And it took about 2.5 hours last weekend, but we can do it way quicker this time. So at this point, it looks like we have about 50 kids signed up. Like I said, it closes today, and our church is hilariously last minute. So we're gonna have, I think, 55 to 60 kids is sort of my guess. So as a leader, here's all I need you to understand. This is designed to be kind of last minute, and like as in when you show up to a CIY Superstar event, that's who puts this event on typically. We just bought it from them so we could run it ourselves. When they run it, you show up not knowing what they're going to teach on, not knowing the small groups, and they design it to be plug and play for a leader who has not prepared for that small group. So, bonus for the mini campers and mini camp leaders. Once this is done, which is hopefully going to be tomorrow, it's our staff Silverwood Day. So I'm actually going to leave the office here in about an hour and a half and not keep working on this. But once that PDF is done and assembled, you're getting it. I'm sending it out to you, and hopefully by that point, I'll even have your small groups. I will at least have your leaders who you're going to co-lead with, and this booklet to you by tomorrow. And maybe your small group of kids, but do not hold me accountable to that. If you show up here by 8:15, and then if you would just be willing to stick around until 5 o'clock ish. Michelle is out of town. And so we want to reset the early childhood room so that way she and her volunteers aren't having to worry about that. Let's just flip that around and get that ready for them. We'll have elementary stuff the next day, so let's get the main C2 reset. Let's vacuum the lobby. But like I said, we have like 20 volunteers at this thing this weekend, which is gonna be super rad. So let's just like knock it out and go home and then go to sleep early. So if you have any questions, holler at me. My cell phone number is 217-357-4937. My email is tferris@church, and you will get an email from me with this stuff very, very shortly. Guys, it's been 8 minutes. Have a great day. I will see you guys on not Friday, on Saturday. Kids camp. Blowing up my brain. See you guys on Saturday. Peace out.